In Greek mythology, there's a story of Narcissus. And the reason I want to talk about this today is that he was known for his incredible beauty. And Narcissus was so entranced by his own reflection in this pool of water that he fell in love with it. But he also, there's stories where he fell in and like he was so enamored with himself that he ended up falling in and drowning. And then there's other versions of the story where he just stares at himself for so long that he starves to death, right? So he was so entranced by his own reflection that he just fell in love with it, right? So unable to leave the sight of his own image ultimately led to his demise, right? And this tale is a powerful cautionary story about the dangers of vanity and self-obsession. The story came about because in ancient times, in ancient Greece, self-reliance was considered the key to success. The cultural ideal was the all-power individual, leading Greeks to strive for personal glory, fame, and perfection. They created the Olympics, a competition of self versus self, and they practiced democracy, valuing the individual contribution. The story of Narcissus, born from this world of self-obsession, highlights the importance of humility and the consequences of excessive self-admiration. In contrast, there's these in ancient China, they emphasized more of the group, right? So they were they were more interested in group endeavors, right? So survival often meant being part of the wheat or rice growing community or working on a massive irrigation project. The focus was on ensuring the group success rather than the individual achievement. In Confucianism, which has influenced Chinese values, promotes the idea of the superior man who does not boast about. Instead, he conceals his virtue and cultivates friendly harmony. These cultural ideals influenced the stories that each society told, and in turn, the stories influence its people, of course, right? So especially as kids, we're influenced by these different stories, right? And Greek myths often follow this three-act structure of crisis, struggle, and resolution. And this transmits the notion that one courageous person can change everything, right? And so this individual perspective influenced Western storytelling, emphasized the personal struggle, and in the end, victory. In China, stories were more other-focused. For example, in narratives surrounding a murder, events are recounted from various perspectives, often contradicting each other, leaving the reader to puzzle out the meaning. This reminds me of the movie Crash, which I loved, and the many different perspectives show you the different sides of people, making it hard to believe one is either totally good or totally bad, which I thought was just fascinating. When I first saw that, I was blown away, right? So in stories like this, there's no clear closure reflecting the belief that life's answers are not always straightforward, right? So both Greek and Chinese stories offer valuable lessons. For the Greeks, the primary agent of control was the individual. For the Chinese, it was the group. And these differences shaped our worldviews. Greeks saw reality as individual parts, while the Chinese saw it as interconnected forces. Westerners enjoy narratives of individual struggle and victory, while Easterners find pleasure in the pursuit of harmony. Despite these differences, the deepest purpose of stories in both cultures is to teach lessons in control, balancing individual and collective success, navigating life's complexities, and finding one's path. In the end, stories from both traditions remind us that life offers no simple, clear answers. We must figure out for ourselves, learning to balance the individual and the collective, understanding that both perspectives hold value, and they're great lessons in control, right? right? So if you want to take advantage of the power of story in your business and possibly even improve your life, comment story below, and I'll send you a free document that you can get started in finding stories of your life and how you can use them, because we all have them. I know most people, we don't think we have them. It's hard to see it. Or you can set up a call with me and we can find those stories together. So comment story below and we'll be in touch.
This guy.
Oh, I love his work.
Well, I would love to shoot with this son of a bitch.